Hey, welcome to the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast with me, Iona. This podcast is about intentional living for Lightworkers. So welcome if you watch this or if you listen on Spotify or Audible. So in today's focus, we're going to be talking about emotional freedom, and it is Emotional Freedom Wednesday. Every single Wednesday, I come live at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona YouTube channel, and share about how I live an intentional life, how I teach my students to live an intentional life, and how you can join me, come and journal with me, and hopefully get value. So again, every time I do this live, Twitter, I'm going to take it off Twitter. What it does is it distracts me. All right, so let's dive into what I call this spiritual life coaching for light workers. So I'm going to talk about spiritual life and work balance as you fulfill your life purpose, as you get your gifts out there, and what Emotional Freedom Wednesdays is all about. All right. So let me dive in. If you are new to this podcast, let me know. Like this podcast. Share it out if you do get value, and stick with me all the way to the end, because I'm going to share with you what it is that we're going to cover every single Wednesday. You can come back and I can hold you accountable. You can hold me accountable, and we can go on this journey together. So I want to talk about raising our vibrational frequency. So Emotional Freedom Wednesdays is at the core of all of the days of the Seven Freedoms frequency. So we have 7 areas that we focus on during the week. Every single day there's a theme. I'll share with you what that theme is, and one of the reasons why I actually developed this process of living intentionally after my spiritual awakening. So what I would say, if you haven't, if you don't have a vision or you don't have a business, then this is probably not going to make sense if you don't feel like a light worker. But if you feel like you are a light worker and you have a big vision and mission, then what we are going to cover today is I've got a challenge called 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board. And in that, we create a vision for your light work and your lifestyle, I say, to create that life work balance and actually manifest what it is that you really want. And so if you don't have a vision, if you want to go through that vision board challenge, I'll leave the links in the comments down below. But if you don't have a vision and you're kind of like happy to coast along in life, this is not going to make as much sense. But if you do have a big vision and mission, we cover these 7 areas on that vision board, and I call it the 7 Freedoms frequency for living an intentional life. And so each area on what I call my soul legacy wheel, it's similar to the wheel of life. If you've ever had coaching, if you want to Google the wheel of life, there's areas of your life that you would focus on. We focus on these 7 areas. So contribution, health, emotions, which is today on the vision board. And then we follow through every single week to journal on like allowing the manifestation of the vision board, so you're in vibrational alignment. And then we have environmental freedom, then we have relationship freedom, spiritual freedom, and financial freedom. And so this is about the emotions that you'll experience in each area of your life, in order for it to manifest before it manifests. The next thing that we're going to talk about on this 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast, I'm looking down at my notes, is rating your vibrational frequency. So the 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast is about elevating your vibrational frequency. And if you have any comments or any questions, please do feel free to ask them wherever you're watching this. If you're watching this in the Soul Legacy Academy and you're a student of mine, then you can comment in there. So we're going to rate our vibration. How are you feeling today? And then we're going to set some soul intentions, some actions that you can actually take to meet the universe in the middle. I would say, sometimes we think, oh, I'll put everything on my vision board and it will just fall in my lap. It kind of doesn't really work like that. The next thing we're going to talk about is the book for today that I've been listening to, which is The Astonishing Power of Emotions by Abraham and Jerry and Esther Hicks. We have the card for today, which is from Keepers of the Light. So I will share the card that I pulled and nearly let you see that. and you might have your own cards for today, but that is my card for today. Then we're going to have a note from the universe, and then we're going to wrap up by saying gratitude. So this episode and every single episode of the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast is me doing a spiritual life and work balance session. So for light workers, so that you can have a practical, somebody on your side, somebody here who actually cares about your journey and every single day meeting you where you are, whether you're watching on the replay. If you are a student of mine, I do have the Seven Freedoms Frequency call-in gym, where I walk you through actual coaching. So if you're journaling with me, I have my journal. I'm looking down because I have notes. I call this the Soul Legacy Journal. As the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy, it's a notebook. I call it 365 Days of Your Spiritual Awakening Story. I co-created Soul Path to Spiritual Alchemy for light workers. Alchemy for me is alchemizing those core wounds and like whatever you've been through your awakening, alchemizing that, and then contributing into the world in a way that you feel called to as a light worker. So journal with me. I'm going to go through my journal. I've been journaling. I journal every single day, and I wanted to share this with you. So if you're a student of mine, journal along in your Soul Legacy Journal or whatever journal, and then come to the Seven Freedoms Frequency call-in gym, the 2-hour monthly coaching call. It's a group coaching call where I will support you through this. We're going to rate our vibrational frequency today, and I want you to write those down in your journal, what your frequency is. And then when we get to the end of the week, you're going to add your vibration up and see where you need to adjust and what area you need to adjust in order to bring your life in more harmony and raise your vibration and actually manifest the things that are on your vision board. All right. And I will share with you throughout this and towards the end how we can play the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge. And I can support you in actually manifesting, and you can continue on your education with me. And all the links that I mention are down in the description or in the comments. All right, so let's dive into this session. So again, Emotional Freedom Wednesdays, right? So the way that this works is to create a vision board, and I call it 1 week to create a badass spiritual vision board, business vision board, and bank 50K in 50 days. Now, you might be like, oh, well, I don't have clarity around my business, my spiritual business. I'm a light worker, but I kind of want to be online. I want to transition from working one-on-one to one-to-many, or create a course or a program. And I saw a post actually on social media today where somebody said that they've been held back for years. They don't know how to create the course. The techie stuff, like they're just not in alignment with knowing what it is that you need to do. And again, I've got more teaching on that. But having clarity on your vision helps you. And if you are thinking, okay, well, she just said bank 50K in 50 days, and she's talking about financial freedom, and you have fear or resistance around it, this session, a spiritual life coaching session, is going to help you, and the monthly call as well. I can only do so much. I'm kind of talking at you unless you actually leave comments, and then I will comment down below. And so when you have your vision board and you're creating these 7 areas, the 7 freedoms frequency, that vision board and those images help you to be at the vibrational frequency of what it is that you want to witness in the world. So what you want to experience, you set the intention to manifest. Now, that your vision board, my vision board, is at a different frequency. The thoughts are at a higher frequency than what I am vibrating at. Now, if it wasn't the case, then I would have manifested them. That's kind of how it works, the manifestation, using the law of vibration. So when we rate our vibration and we're thinking certain thoughts, we're feeling certain feelings, then when we're in alignment, we manifest. And I was listening to Neville Goddard. That's been something that I've been listening to more so over this last week or so, and he explains everything so beautifully. So if you haven't seen Neville Goddard, just YouTube it. Anyway, so do your vision board, play it, then come back. All right. So the next segment of this Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast that I want you to think about on emotional freedom is rating your vibration. So intuitively rating your vibrational frequency between a 1 and 11. On the wheel of life, you rate between a 0 and a 10, how fulfilled you are. For the soul legacy wheel, when we're doing the vision board challenge, you'll see me explain what you want to do is intuitively rate your vibration, how you feel, whether you feel in soul funk or soul flow, whether you're guided, whether you feel guided, whether you're looking at the world through the lens of your soul, I like to say, and you're experiencing, when you kind of detach more so from the humanness and you look at the world through the lens of your soul, because like we're souls having a human experience, you have a different experience. You move in your day where I say you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day with ease, grace, and flow. And that's the intention. It isn't about all of the images or all of the wants and desires that you want to manifest. That life and that work balance, having a spiritual life means every single day you're experiencing that ease, grace, and flow, right? Whether you manifest things or not. And in order for you to manifest them, you're going to feel that peace and that calm. So we rate our vibrational frequency. So what would you say your vibration is between a 1 and 11? 1 is like meh. 11 is like tuned in, source guidance, nudges, signs, synchronicities from the universe, feel on point, feel in flow. You just feel good. All right. So my vibration is an 11 today. So the way that we write our vibration down in our journal is in short, is EFW equals 1 to 11. And so that's your vibration for today. That's noted. Now, I rated my vibration frequency on Monday, and I rated at an 11. On Tuesday, for Health Freedom Tuesday, I really rated at a 10. So I had some things, how I felt about my health. I had some things to put in place before the next Tuesday. And so I've done that, and I've been doing that, and I've done that today. I did it yesterday, and I've done it today, and I'm evolving and becoming more in alignment with my vision and what I want to manifest. Now, when I count up my score of rating between 1 and 11 every single day, how I feel in soul funk versus soul flow and raising my vibration, I can actually get a quick measure. And so when I add up my score, so every day you could rate between a 1 and 11. So if I rated a 1 every single day, because I just didn't feel good, I felt more in soul funk than soul flow, then I could have a total score of 7. If I rated 11, I could have a total score on Sunday of 77. So far my score is 32 out of 33. So there's 3 days. The highest score is 11. Play with me, work with me, because when you see your score, your vibrational frequency dipping, and it's dipping on a specific area, you can go back and actually work on that area more. And if you come to the 7 freedom frequency calling gym, you're going to intuitively know, Iona, this is where I'm constantly dipping, or I'm consistently high vibing here. And so Abraham Hicks talks about, this is the book for the day, talks about when you are low vibing in one area, it can put a spanner in the works for the other areas. When you're high vibing on other areas, say finances, and you've got money blocks. Many of my students come to me with money blocks and say you're focusing on finances and you feel like absolutely rubbish, right? And you're just focusing on that. It's lowering your vibrational frequency. But if you focus on, say, your health, or you focus on your spirituality and your high vibing, or your relationships, whatever it is, and that's raising your vibrational frequency, you're not resisting in that moment, but you don't have to focus on the finances, but your vibration is raised. So that's the idea of the 7 Freedom Frequency podcast. And so rate your vibration, basically. So mine is at an 11. What we want to do is go from the vision board to the rating of vibration, how in alignment we feel, like as in like how in alignment we feel. And when we're progressing, when we're thinking and feeling in alignment and we're taking that soul guided action, we feel better. Our world doesn't have to change. Our day doesn't have to change. We change internally. We say, what does Wayne Dyer say? When you change the way that you look at things, the things that you look at change, right? So it isn't about an outside job of micromanaging everything. It's about that internal state. And I know you know this. And so the next segment of the 7 Freedom Frequency podcast is setting soul intentions. So some people like to set goals. I like to have a bucket list on my vision board, but whatever you decide to put on your vision board, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about taking those soul guided actions? Are you nudged? Do you get a download? I love soul downloads. I get a download. I've written several of them today for things that I'm going to do in order for me to contribute. But when you get a download, it's like, yes, the universe. I'm guide. People say to me, my students come and they say, I'm guide, my guides, the universe, etc. And then they don't take action because they feel fear of success, fear of failure, fear of selling, all the things, not by the best place to build your spiritual business. So when you're writing things down and you're getting these nudges, how do you feel about them? And I will support you if you continue on your education with me. But when you write something down, if you don't have clarity or you don't know how to do it, or you've not done it before, I will say that I've dropped off these lives. I've done hundreds of these lives, right, for my YouTube podcast, and I hadn't done them for months. And Monday and Tuesday, and even today, I felt nervous, not like deeply nervous, like trembling like I did before, because I don't love camera. And people say, I feel your energy. And I'm like, dude, I don't love camera. I have never loved camera, but I'll do it because I want to speak to you. And so if there's something that you're writing down, how you feel about it, oftentimes I teach about clarity and having confidence. And oftentimes people will say, I don't have the confidence to do that. So they'll be in resistance to it, thinking that they have to get the confidence in the head. And really it's about doing it. If I wasn't to do these daily lives, then I wouldn't have confidence of doing the daily lives, right? So whatever you're writing down, taking soul inspired action, one to three things every single day. So today, write down 1 to 3 things that will make you feel better. And so for me, say it's doing YouTube videos or doing this live, you might want to practice. I've walked and I've talked, and practicing, never posting a video or those videos that are practice, whatever it is that you. Oftentimes my students come to me about presenting and they're like, oh, I don't really want to be on camera. I don't really want to do video, and that's what I teach. And I'm like, just practice speaking to the people that you're here to serve. Look in the lens. Now I'm looking in the lens. Some people are coming in and off live. That's what I did at first. So write down to 1 to 3 things that are going to move you closer to your vision, to manifesting the things that are on your vision board. Now, contribution freedom, whatever you have on your vision board, how you want to contribute. So I did my book. I've got my book, Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul guided influencer's compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. There's a lot to it. There's a 1-page plan in here. And I talk about building your spiritual business, marketing your spiritual business, doing the back end of your spiritual business, doing an enrollment spot for your spiritual business. And say one of the actions that I have or part of the plan and the 4 stages of marketing is going out there and getting featured, right? Being visible. my students, a lot of my students are like, oh gosh, I don't really want to be visible. Or I thought I wanted to be seen, but really I'm contracted. And so today I was leaning into my own spiritual business plan, and I noticed my feelings around it. And so I went into a group called Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs. Many years ago, I went into that group and I built a Facebook group called the Spiritual Businesswoman Network from over 12 weeks to 1,200 members. It was amazing. And there's where the seeds of this started. 2020, late 2020, and I was listening back to an episode, and I was in my dressing gown, just lounging, doing my daily lives. That's how I didn't know it would evolve into a podcast. Anyway, I had a look in this group today, and there's many people looking for speakers, many people looking for public speaking. And I remember being absolutely terrified. Years ago, I got asked to public speak 3 times in a week, and I never reached back out to the people. I was like, absolutely not. It was in person. I still do have fear around it, but I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have gone in the group and replied to so many people saying, we want you to speak, we want to invite you to share your gifts with our community, etc. So when you're a light worker and you want to go out there and you want to get featured, or whatever actions that you want to have on your vision board, so you've got this vision, right, of being visible and having a movement, but you're fearful, you've got to raise your vibrational frequency. And again, I share more on my masterclass that goes inside this book to continue on your education. So hopefully I can support you. So write down 1 to 3 things that will help you to launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day with ease, grace, and flow, and raise your vibration. Let me know what they are. And if, again, come to our monthly coaching call that I gift my students. And so if you come to the masterclass, I'll share with you how I gift that. The next segment of today for the 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast, excuse me, is the book for the day. Now, I listen to all of my students, just absolutely love books. I'm an author, full-time #1 best-selling author. If you love books, then reading a book each day, I listen to or read a book each day. I listen to a chapter each day of a book that's relevant to the theme of the day. So today is about emotions. Rather than listening to books and books and books and books and never actually implementing anything, I'll listen to a book on my walk. But today I was getting ready and I was listening to Astonishing Power of Emotions by Abraham Hicks. Let Your Feelings Be Your Guide, appropriate for today. Let me know if you know that book, and if you've read the book or if you've read Ask and It Is Given. I don't have it to hand, I was going to grab it. Ask and It Is Given by Abraham Hicks. If you ask for something, it's given, but there's a process in it being given, right? So in the book, they talk about They talk about Louise Hay and how Louise Hay had the vision, the publisher from Hay House. And they say about your feelings and creating more of what you want. How you think and how you feel is how you create more of what you want. And in order to be of value to others, being in tune with how you feel. And so they say that, imagine if the purpose of life, if the purpose of my life, the purpose of your life, and I believe this to be true, is to have more joy in our life, to be at the higher vibrational frequency. Like, not have all of the stuff, you can have all of the stuff, but to actually vibrate at a frequency. And they say that what if your inherent state is based on freedom, just being love, joy, freedom, vibrating at that frequency. As light workers, we say, we want to go out there, we want to help and heal the world, we want to do all these things, we want to add transformation to the world, and we forget about ourselves. So this is a space for you to remember you, right? How you feel. And so, and the purpose of allowing, so they say about choosing a better feeling for, we know this. If you know Abraham Hicks' stuff, you know that. But it's not only choosing a better feeling for, like on a Sunday or something, right? It's every day in as many moments as you can. And I absolutely love this process. And so they talk about your conscience and what we're taught and the beliefs and the right and what things are right and wrong. Again, my light's gone out. I've got 4 ring lights on here. I've got 4 ring lights and it's still dark. I don't even know why. Anyway, so this book, The Astonishing Power of Emotions, they talk about your conscience, what we're taught and our beliefs. And one of the biggest mission for me in doing this daily podcast and launching the Soul Legacy movement is improving the mental health and well-being of our nation and our future generation, to escape a poverty consciousness and elevate a prosperity consciousness, one light worker at a time. I know people are like, oh, escape, but if we can like swerve that, that's absolutely fantastic. So this is us managing our consciousness, like seeing what frequency we're vibrating at. And if you say, I don't have time to listen to this, Iona, I don't have time to join you, that's a lack. We do have enough time. How are you using your time? Living intentionally is about managing your time and your energy and your money to be in alignment, right? So with what you want to experience. So that is what I want to say about the book for today. I'm going to pull the card for today, show you the card. Then I'm going to give the note from the universe. And we're going to do gratitude and then we're going to wrap up, okay? Let me know that you're on here and where you're watching from. I can see that somebody's on, but I can't see any comments. So let me know. I can see you, but not see you, if that makes sense. But I'd love to engage. If you're finding this of value, if you're new to me, let me know. I know that not everybody feels comfortable with commenting. Absolutely fine. That's why I do a 2-hour monthly coaching call for my students who do not want to be public on social media. I also have a private community as well. All right. So this is the card that I pulled for today. Hopefully you can see that. Gaia. So I'm going to read a little bit, but not all of it, because I'd be on here for ages. So Gaia, Earth connection, be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth and stay grounded. Did you need to hear that today? Stay grounded. I'm going through this process where I'm just really more in tune with living intentionally. And I focus and I say to my students, okay, what are you doing with your 24 hours of your day? How are you segmenting intending your day, how you're moving through your day? And that's one of the things that I'm focusing on, being grounded. All right, so it says about Gaia is Mother Earth. She is the keeper of light who holds the planet in her hands and her heart. There's one thing that I wanted to share. I'm not going to share all of this. She says, you are strong, focused, and a loving individual. Stay grounded and don't allow your imagination, your ego, or your fears to run away with you. Ensure your choices are for the highest good. Absolutely. Hang on, let me see what else. Okay, she talks about having a connection with your mother, or if you are a mother and you're worried about your duties, etc. I've got a beautiful relationship with my mum. It wasn't always as beautiful. It's always been quite healthy, like, but since doing this and doing the daily lives, my mum was messaging me before I came on live. When I did my unboxing of my book, my mum was the only one that was on my live. I'm like, hey mama, when I published my book, I sent it to my mum. When my son passed, I wanted to ring my mum. So I've got a good relationship with my mum. She's now 79. She looks amazing. She has 7 children. But if you have that those thoughts around either being a mum or I'm a grandmother now, so you know my thoughts and my energy are on the legacy of being a mum and being a grandmother and doing this. So that is my legacy. So hopefully that helped. I'm going to give you a note from the universe and then I'm going to wrap up. I'm trying to get this done in 20 minutes and I'm not like good for time, but let me know if you found this of value so far. Like this video, share it out, subscribe at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So before we do gratitude, because this is the most important part. Oh, we're going to do the bank 50k in 50 days. Before we do gratitude, this is the most important part. So here's a note from the universe from Mike Dooley. If you want to subscribe to the universe, it's TUT, the notes from the universe. So he says, you are the right person. This is the right time. You've paid your dues. You're thinking the right thoughts. You're doing the right things. That's nice, isn't it? And at this very moment, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. I always say this. We're exactly where we're not supposed to be further ahead. Some people say, I feel like I'm behind. No, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Excuse me. Poised for the happiest time of your life. Dang, Iona. That's a note from the universe. Before I do my gratitude, as part of my vision board challenge, Bank 50k in 50 days, we play the soul income game. Now, this journal gives you £1,000, dollars, euros, whatever currency, to spend a vibrational money voucher. And again, I share this in my vision board challenge and I share this on my masterclass as well. And so imagine that you've created your vision board, you've got all of these visions, and then you come from a poverty consciousness. You feel a lack, like, I don't have enough money. You're worrying about it. You're like, oh, this is never going to manifest. Whatever thoughts and feelings, thoughts that you're thinking that it's going to generate that feeling. And if you're not in alignment, it's a problem. So I've got you. So imagine that you have your soul client income as a light worker, and you have 1,000. You've earned 1,000 in soul client income. Do you know what it is that you'd be offering in fair energy exchange? I do. And again, I'll share with the masterclass on the homework, you doing the maths. Actually imagine yourself delivering those services and earning 1,000. When I share this with my students, they say, like, wow, this is playing money. I get to play with the money. Rather than I've got money blocks, I'm resisting the money, I'm playing, it gives you more freedom. The idea is to have a vision of freedom, vibrate at the frequency of freedom, and be in alignment with your value of freedom. So spend your vibrational money voucher. You can share down below. You can come onto the monthly coaching call, or you can share in the Facebook group for the Vision Board Challenge. You can body up as well and do this process. Spend your vibrational money voucher. And there's rules to this. You tithe 10% to a worthy cause. My worthy cause is Compassionate Friends. It's a charity for bereaved parents. So I dedicate my work to my son, who made his transition 9 years ago, 12 days before his 20th birthday. That's where my granddaughter, my beautiful granddaughter, comes from. So I tithe 10% to the worthy cause, Compassionate Friends. And I imagine myself doing that. So when you've got the money and you're earning for real in the physical world, in the visible world, you actually go and do that. You honor that commitment, right? So imagine going and actually, earning the money and actually gifting, tithing, like being generous, right? So it's not about repelling the money and saying, oh, I don't need it. If you don't need it, pass on more than that. So spending vibration and money voucher, you don't get to save it in the terms of hoarding it. You don't get to pay bills, because I want you to come from the space feeling that all your bills are paid. For me, I'm on that in the process of manifesting all of my bills paid for an entire year. That was that financial freedom goal that I wanted to manifest. So imagine all of your bills are paid for however long that you want to say. And so you're spending this vibrational money voucher on things, items that are on your vision board. Spend it, write it down, spend it today, spend it every single day. You get another £1,000, dollars, or euros, right? And so if you don't spend all of it, you can carry it over to the next day. You don't want to spend it, but you have to tithe 10% today. But if you're going to play this all income game with me, so then you can take the next money. Say if I spend, I don't know, $50 on whatever, some cards, Oracle cards or whatever, or whatever it is, and then I carry over the remaining to the next day. You have to spend your 7K for the week by Financial Freedom Sunday. I tend to tithe my money every day. And then on Financial Freedom Sunday, when I go live, I will share with you what I've been spending my vibrational money voucher on, the items that are on my vision board. It's such an amazing, amazing process. I absolutely love it. Let me know how you find it. And again, if you are a student of mine, then you can come onto the 2-hour monthly coaching call and actually do this with me. Excuse me, raising your vibration. Because I have the membership site, and it's only it's a 2-hour monthly coaching call. I'm here every single day for my students, walking my own talk and actually encouraging you to walk your own talk. How many of us drop off because we feel bad that day, or we don't feel worthy, or we have doubt, or we have whatever in the lower vibrational frequency? So I found a way to do my own process. I found a way to feel good about it. I found a way to go live about it. I found a way to actually repurpose this and do this for my students as well, make my difference. And this is my marketing. I love it. I feel good about marketing because it's just a process that I've created. All right. So that's the Bank 50K 50 Days challenge. If you want to do this with me, down in the description or the links, wherever is the link for what I call the spiritual business book marketing masterclass and Bank 50K 50 Days challenge. It goes with my book, Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul-guided influencer's compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle. As part of the masterclass, I have a free chapter download for you. You can read that. You can purchase this on Amazon. Leave a review. I would love it. I've had students leave some amazing reviews. So thank you for everybody who has. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, obviously, because then you'll be able to come back next Wednesday and let me know how your week's been, how you're raising your vibration. All right, let's wrap up this session, or half an hour. Not too bad. I used to do an hour. I'm trying to do it faster. So let's say our gratitude, right? I call this soul speaking into existence, because in order for before your vision board, the 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board and Bank 50K in 50 days challenge, in order for that to manifest, you've got to feel it. So not only have I created a 7-day challenge for you on my YouTube channel that is live, and I do it live annually on the second week in December at 7:30 p.m. UK time, every single day, Monday to Sunday. And I cover these areas of your life, the C.H.E.E.R.S to financial freedom frequency. So contribution, health, emotion, environment, relationships, spirituality, and finances. I'm going to express gratitude for each of those areas and soul speak that into existence, meaning that I'm in vibrational alignment, my words, my feelings, and then my soul guided actions. The universe is giving me the way, it's showing me the way, right? And I call it the soul guided influences way. So you can say you're happy and grateful and appreciate. If you something from the past, something in the present, or something in the predicted future. And present, it's like not right in this moment, but like what's going on for you now. Excuse me. Sometimes my students feel like, oh, well, I don't have that much to be grateful for, Iona, right now in this moment. And it's not that they were ungrateful. It's just because things are not manifesting fast enough or whatever. But you've had an experience in the past where you can remember and feel the feeling of that joy and that love and that appreciation. You move up the emotional scale. Now, one of the reasons why I call this the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast is because we're moving from the lower vibrational frequency on the emotion on Abraham Hicks's emotional scale. If you have not, you're not familiar with it, Google it. So the emotional scale, you're moving up and down. So in any given moment, your life doesn't have to change for you to feel good. If you thought of a loved one now, and you've had a joyous time, like I think of my granddaughter, I'm like elated. If I think of the experience that I've recently had for my sister-in-law passed, I'm going to go down the emotional scale. So we're moving from the low vibrational frequency of fear and grief to love and empowerment and joy and knowledge. Excuse me. And that is what I want to support you in feeling every single day. And people have asked me over this last couple of days, how you doing? And I'm feeling much, much better, thank you. And it's like, oh, what? Yeah, I'm feeling much, much better. So October, I experienced a massive loss in my life with my sister-in-law, and it triggered me for the loss of my son because the service was in the same place. But I realized actually doing this work, I'm feeling much better, right? So let's say gratitude for contribution. And again, soul speaking into existence. Let me know. I can't see any comments. I know that you're on here. Can't see any comments. I will come back to them. If you're watching this in the Soul Legacy Academy and you're commenting in there, then amazing. Take notes. Come to the monthly call. So I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate. I feel blessed. I feel the feeling of being able to contribute to you in this moment. Come on to this live and you coming. I set the intention. I did my Wayne Dyer meditation. I did my art meditation, and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to contribute. I'm going to show up in the way and reach whoever needs to hear this today. So I'm happy and grateful for technology, for YouTube, for StreamYard, all the things, right? And for knowing how to use those and knowing how to repurpose. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my health. Like I feel amazing. Like the self-care is on point. I'm setting up my day. I'm launching my day in a way that just feels amazing. I've got my environment. If you've ever read Atomic Habits by James Clear, it talks about setting up your environment to support you. And I say, set up your day to your environment so you can launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day with ease, grace, and flow. I'm happy that I'm doing that. So my health, my environment supports my health. I've got my trainers there. I've got my workout pants because that's what I'm going to do when I get off here. I'm going to do my workout. I'm going to do my V-shred that's on my vision board. And if it's rest day, I'm going to do a HIIT day. I'm going to do insanity. Then I'm going to do my daily walk and get my steps in. Right. So I've set up my day so I can launch it for my health. So I'm happy and grateful that I have that and I have the time and the freedom to do that. I'm happy and grateful for my emotions that I'm here with you. I was a little bit nervous in the beginning because I haven't done it for a while, but it makes me happy. One, that you're here, and two, that I can show up for me, right? I can show up for me in an authentic way that is in alignment with my North Star values: authenticity, honesty, integrity, raw and real, right? I'm happy and grateful for my environment. So you notice that I'm going through the 7 freedoms, right? And I'm thinking of what I'm grateful for. So the universe says, oh, okay, the reticular activating system, the RAS, your brain is like tuned into that now. My daughter got a courtesy car, which is a beautiful color that I've got on my vision board for my kitchen stuff. For my barn conversion, I was like, oh, that blue. Yesterday, I saw 3 cars that blue. Never even noticed that blue, right? So I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that my environment is conducive with me creating the space that I want to work on online, right? I love YouTube. I just love it. I'm addicted to it. I think I'm obsessed. So I'm grateful for that. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my relationships. So every single student that comes into the Soul Legacy Academy comes to the masterclass, joins me live on the masterclass on the last Monday of the month, comments, subscribes, all the things, comes to the Global Networking Hub for ambitious spiritual coaches, earth angels, and plugging authors and entrepreneurs. And we just have a conversation. I love it. I love the relationships. I meet new light workers every single day. I love it. Financial, spiritual freedom. I'm happy and grateful, and I appreciate my Wayne Dyer meditation, because I was a little bit nervous, which is like not like me really, not anymore. I did my Wayne Dyer meditation before I came live, and I was like, or doing all things. Sounds a little bit weird, but it's really cool. So I'm happy and grateful that I can tune into that soul guidance, and I get those nudges, and I'm just like, how I lead my day is looking at the world through the lens of my soul. For real, for real, for real. It's beautiful. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate financial freedom. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that every time I want to eat, like, I can go to the shop and I have the money to purchase what it is that I want to eat, more protein, eat healthy, eat clean for the most part. There was a time that I wasn't able to do that. I don't eat meat now because I stopped eating meat and went vegetarian, because there was a time in my life when I was homeless and I was feeding my kids and I couldn't afford it. But then I realized my body felt better. So I'm happy and grateful that I can actually do that. So that is it for gratitude. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. And again, I cannot see any comments. If you watch this on the replay, do comment down below. Let me know how you found this episode, and let me know if you're going to come back to Emotional Freedom Wednesdays, and share with me how you're moving up the emotional scale. Share with me what your rating is for today. So between a 1 and 11, EFW, Emotional Freedom Wednesday. Mark it down in your journal. Again, if you're a student of mine, come to the 7 Freedoms Frequency Call-In Gym. If you come to the masterclass, I'll let you know how I gift that. It's $77 per month, and I gift an entire year alongside your business coaching, because I just know that in order to manifest, you're going to need to raise your own vibration and balance your light work and your lifestyle. So what I would say, I'd love to support you in launching your day, leading your day, and leaving your day with ease, grace, and flow, and aligning your movement, your message, and your money in the Global Networking Hub. If you go to the soullegacyacademy.com/courses/ the networking hub. What else have I got? Okay. On that call, we connect, we co-create, and we collaborate, and we cross-promote. So what I will do is close this out, and I will say, here's to showing up, speaking out, and serving deep. Share your gifts, shine your light. I've written it down. Share your gifts, shine your light, because you were born to serve. It's all about the big vision and the soul mission, right? So be blessed in your soul purpose. And, focus on having that soul client income, soul tribe impact, and soul family influence. Big love. I will see you for Environmental Freedom Thursdays. All right. Speak to you soon. Take care. Thank you for joining me.